What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the Thursday 5-game main slate starting at 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys are tuning in here and you're playing some day baseball, make sure to get in our Discord. Ask your questions. We'll guys set you up for that 4-game slate in the afternoon. But our playbook and our previous show here focusing on the DraftKings main slate, again, starting at 6:35 p.m. Eastern. Grande, when it comes to short slates, we tend to have higher ownership on the chalkier plays, which gets us in a position to decide whether or not we want to ride the chalk or fade the chalk. The Wednesday slate, Kyle Raleigh call, that came through big time. But almost everything else was hit or miss. Patrick Corbin was good, unexpectedly good in that game. I think I had the stat at the time I sent it to you. Jonathan Cannon, Bailey Falter, Sean Newcomb, and Patrick Corbin had combined to throw 18 2/3 scoreless innings at the time of that message. All of those guys were players we were expecting to just get hammered. Did not. Even Zach Littell only gave up an earned run in the other side of that Tampa Bay Boston game. Kind of a crazy night. And as of the time of this recording, we still haven't seen Bobby Miller take the mound, and he was supposed to be the highest rostered pitcher of the day. Guy with an 8 walks per 9 in AAA this year. So we'll see exactly how this slate turns out. But we will turn our attention to Thursday. Taj Bradley against the New York Yankees in Steinbrenner Field is your top price starting pitcher. Did I do a New York accent okay there? Did I do? I tried.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. I would say like a lot of like your Boston like was weaved in there too. It was an interesting combination.
I had to do a little New York,
honestly. You sounded like someone from Long Island.
Okay.
So it was more like Long Islandy than like New York City, but it was close.
Well, they're in their second home here, so
they are. Apparently, there's reports like there's some Tampa Bay people putting it out there that like this is nicer than most major league facilities, like all like this. The Yankees, the Steinbrenners definitely put some money towards their except. When it comes to Juan Soto, but
they got Max Fried, so you got to pick and choose.
Hey, you know what? And Goldschmidt.
True. We do know the Yankees strike out a lot. They also hit a lot of home runs and have a lot of power. So we'll see what happens with Taj Bradley as your top guy. Palante, we were unsure about his last start, and then he pitched really well. He gets the Mets at $8,700. Michael Lorenzen, a guy with his reverse splits notoriety, gets Detroit here. Again, last year, no lefties hit Michael Lorenzen. Detroit, a lot of lefties in that lineup. $8,100. Tanner Bybee gets Baltimore. They hung a big number on Cleveland tonight. The Jackson Holiday grand slam. Will Warren, a high strikeout pitcher. Kumar Rocker's been up and down. Maybe Rocky is a way to go. So I don't know, man. Again, smaller slates, you're going to have to throw some more darts, but we have had a hell of a time with pitching over these last two slates, figuring out the right direction. What seems right has been wrong, and what seems wrong has been right. So maybe we're playing like Griffin Canning today and Jack Kahanowitz, like what who knows, right?
So there's a lot to unpack here. First, got to get ahead of this. Guarantee the audience would have guessed the over/under one pitcher pun from me before you. Guaranteed. So I'm happy that you finally got on the board. Okay. You're finally on the board. First one of the year, and we're in April. It's about to be April 17th. So congrats to you, sir.
Thanks.
That was awesome. Yeah, and then you basically mentioned every pitcher on the board. So obviously,
it's 5 games. Yeah,
it's true. It's true. Yeah. No, I do. I mean, people yell at me for talking too much all the time. Taj Bradley is obviously the wild card of the slate because he might have 10 strikeouts. He might also give up 4 home runs. Like he could do both those things, and it could be 4 solo shots, and that's fine, right? Because if he has 10 strikeouts, like probably still has 20 fantasy points. So I obviously just with the strikeout equity alone, I like Taj Bradley. The ballpark, I don't, but because he has swing and miss stuff.
Yeah,
Holy,
there we go. There we go.
Against a team that strikes out a lot against right-handed pitching, I'm in. Payante, I mean, probably the best time to be getting the Mets because the Mets don't look like the Mets. I mean, we have Juan Soto out here saying, yeah, it was better last year when Aaron Judge hit behind me.
Right.
Yeah, I bet you it was.
Probably was, sir. Yeah.
Probably. Yep. That guy is, first ballot Hall of Famer. No slight at Pete Alonso, but
Said big diss on Polo Bear, who's out here hitting like 400 to start the year,
he has been amazing. He's just also just not Aaron Judge, right? Like he's just not. Obviously, there's I think limitations with Payante because the strikeouts are just not there, but everything is on the ground. If he keeps the ball on the ground versus the Mets, he should be okay. Probably not my favorite arm. Michael Lorenzen has to pitch to Spencer Torkelson here, and that doesn't seem like a fun time right now. So I'm okay with it. Detroit has been better against right-handed pitching this year, right? Yeah, top 10 in ISO, top 10 in OPS, and top 10 in WOBA. So, on Lorenzen, a little lukewarm there. Bybee, we know, is a good pitcher. He has not been a good pitcher to start the year. Wildness, lack of strikeouts. Maybe he figures it out here against Baltimore. But you and I had talked about it, like top 10 offense, another top 10 offense against righties, or top half of the league against righties. And they showed that, starting with the grand slam you mentioned, and then 9 runs later. Will Warren is a strikeout guy, is also, a guy that can be hit. And the Rays have a lot of lefties to throw at him. So that's a little bit of a concern if any of the stuff is flat. If it's not, he's gonna rack up strikeouts. And if it's flat, he's gonna have a tough time. So I like Warren. Maybe not the spot with how lefty riddled the lineup can be. And you kind of like joked about Griffin Canning. I think 2 guys we can definitively look at. I do think Griffin Canning's okay. Obviously, he wasn't great in the Athletics ballpark. That was pretty predictable. But in the 2 starts Griffin Canning made before that, he was pretty good. 4 innings against Toronto, 6 strikeouts, 5 2/3 against Houston. 1 out away from a quality start. So I don't mind Griffin Canning, and I don't mind like going right back to the Reese Olson well. And that's primarily because, let's face it, the Royals are terrible against right-handed pitching. The Royals are a bad offense against right-handed pitching. Reese Olson has obviously been extremely inconsistent through 3 starts. And even in the 1 start that he racked up a bunch of fantasy points, he was pretty lucky to get out of it the way he did. I mean, 10 base runners, and he picked up a win, right? So, but you then look at the Royals. Dead last in WOBA against right-handed pitching. Dead last in OPS against right-handed pitching. I mean, they're just 27th in ISO, and that's what, because Bobby Witt has 2 homered a couple times recently. So, I think some of these cheaper guys are fine. I mean, Kohanowitz looked horrible his last time. Still got all those ground balls, and it didn't matter. He's
14 ground balls and 6 runs on 6 hits.
And then
sometimes those ground balls find holes, so
they do. And then Sagano he's been fine. Cleveland's not a bad matchup, but I think like if I'm spending down, I'd probably play Canning or Olsen. But I guess also if you want to play Sagano, Cleveland middle of the pack and basically or worse in basically every offensive category. So you can go there too.
Yeah, I mean, on a small slate, you could just kind of maybe just chase strikeouts. Will Warren, Taj Bradley, and hope they come, right? Like, and
sure,
go there. So, but I do like the Reese Olson play. I like them at home. Get Kansas City, as you mentioned, their struggle. So, we'll see kind of where that plays out. I mean, we'll see where the ownership goes, right? That could also determine where we want to be when it comes to this slate. Catcher position again with the questionable pitching. Catcher may be a bit easier to go ahead and target here. Any obvious spots for you that you want to look at?
I mean, usually we don't spend up, and I'm not saying Rutschman, but Dingler at 42 with the reverse splits of Lorenzen, I think Dylan Dingler could continue to be someone that we plug and play if that's going to be something that continues to haunt Michael Lorenzen.
Yeah, almost a 500 slug allowed to right-handed hitters this year for Lorenzen.
Again, huh? We're three starts in, and it's happening again, huh?
Yeah. Lefties, he's holding to a 263 average, but only a 270 WOBA. So, they're getting a bit lucky there. 2.5 homers per 9 allowed to right-handed hitters for Michael Lorenzen there. So, still can't get him out.
Logan O'Hoppe said he thought he was going to be in the lineup, be able to be in the lineup on the Wednesdays. Is it Wednesday? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Wednesday? He wasn't. Travis d'Arnaud was. So if O'Hoppe's back in the lineup on Thursday, it's probably another guy I would spend up on.
Sure.
If not, Travis d'Arnaud, 28 would be fine. You could punt Mets catchers. You can punt Rortvedt in Tampa Bay. You can, like, if Ascara played, or Austin Wells, obviously, like, you could play those guys too.
Sure. First base. I mentioned sort of Torkelson a few times already. If you're not going the Warren Bradley, we have Aranda Rice, right side of the split.
Buddy. Oh, you would.
Kyle Manzardo also could be a good spot for him. Had an RBI single, I think it was today.
Dude, it's funny. It's funny that even on a day where you can't, like, Torque, Rice, Aranda aren't on the same slate, and Aranda and Rice wasn't even in the lineup, but Aranda neither were in the lineup. You still have the Torque home run on the day slate to really drive your day to. And
look at the pricing. They actually bumped Aranda to 43. They bumped Rice to 41. They just left Torkelson right there, $3,800.
And this is the dream spot for him too.
Yeah.
This is the spot.
2.5 homers per 9 allowed to Michael Lorenzen to right-handed hitters. So
I'm in. You don't have to sign.
Yeah. Burleson at 3K against Canning. I'd be willing to run that one out there.
Yep. Same.
That's probably it until we get
Shanwell, because he's been fairly decent.
Better. Yeah. He's at the dish now. He is at the play. We'll let you know. If he homers live, we'll let you know. Second base. Jazz 55, Westberg 5K, Brandon Lau $4,900, the usual suspects. Kyron Paris falling off a cliff, 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. Donovan obviously at 41 had the 4-hit game the other day. Nolan Gorman from power from the left side against Canning there as well.
Yeah, of the top tier, Brandon Lau is the one that stands out against Warren. Obviously, he's slowed down a little bit, but the home run upside in that ballpark is great. I like Glaber at 43, especially he's been good hitting near the top of their order, and we get the reverse splits here. We can make Detroit work on this slate because they do have a sizable amount of righties at the top of their lineup. Brendan Donovan has been absolutely awesome this year. He has been especially good. You could play him at multiple positions in the infield. A little power, a little speed, a lot of extra base hits. Would love some Brendan Donovan. And you could also, if you wanted to split him and Nolan Gorman up, like you mentioned, you could play both of them. So I like that little duo. Gabriel Arias homered on the Wednesday slate. He has a lot of they're going to keep playing him because they need offense. Like they have not had anyone show up. So as long as they get offense from anybody, like, they're going to keep playing this kid.
Yep. No, I agree. I asked, I think I was on the Tuesday slate. I was like, see a lefty, and I was like, he's a righty going up against, the righty, and it was Rokia. Remember, I said it was the lefty. But Arias, dude, he's starting to hit the ball really well. Good offensive player. Cleveland lacking, offense really. So
yes,
he's certainly in play there. Anything else? I mean, obviously there's not much more down here, but anything you'd look to play?
No, nothing else.
Okay. Noah Chinuel singled, by the way, so he did get on base there. Jose Ramirez, $5,600. I was looking at the Ramirez splits, and they're actually kind of funny. So last year, He absolutely unloaded against left-handed pitching.
Yeah.
But the previous seasons, it was flipped. He was really, really good against right-handed pitching. This year, he's back. This year, he's back to being good. With the right side split for him that he's been for the majority of his career. But find it funny that last year he had like 1,000 OPS and a 300 plus batting average from his non-power side. Right side of the plate has always been his big power side. Right. Left side of the plate was not his power side, so he'll be from the left side of the plate here. But last year he hit like a ridiculous amount of extra base hits from that. So
interesting.
Again, Sagano, came over, has looked inconsistent. You can always play Ramirez on a small slate, so there's that there. Anything else, I guess, when we hit the mid-range that you're interested in?
Josh Young, right on the cusp of like value mid-range, but 3,800 is still too cheap, especially against Kahanowitz coming off his worst start. McKinstry, 34. He's fallen off a little bit, but there's some good things there.
Yeah, he'll hit from the left side, though. It's kind of the wrong split for him. I wouldn't say dare we play Javi Baez, but
if we're buying into the splits, right? Then
2 hits on. I mean, it's been a long time since you've seen a number like this next to Javi Baez.
Anywhere close. Even starting with a 2 is progress, right? Usually starting with a 1.
I have no confidence in him whatsoever, but he is actually
none.
Actually, I guess, kind of hitting the baseball well. Malloy might lead off. Oh, no, he won't lead off because Gleiber's back, but you go Malloy here. JH.
Justin Henry, okay, I get it. Nailed it.
All right, shortstop. Bobby Witt, Gunnar Henderson, Lindor, Seager.
Wow, we're not as confident with this tier because we went last names there. We didn't go first
name. Francisco and Corey are up.
We didn't go first name best friends in this one.
Sorry, James, your Bulls were eliminated from the NBA playoffs.
Oh, it's quite all right. I'm so happy mediocrities. We're just gonna keep playing in this game, and we
got a big thing brewing here for LA. They got first and second one just went out. Joe Adele at the plate. If we can just get through, another hit, maybe we can get back to the top of this order, and our Angel stack can come through for all of us here. Fingers crossed that Joe Adele doesn't ground into a double play here. All right, back to the Thursday slate. Seager, $4,800, very underpriced comparatively to the talent on the field here.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, he's obviously an elite baseball player. 3 hits, 2 ribbies on the Wednesday slate as well. Yep. There's no another, just like, I know it's BS, but like I can't tell you not to play Bobby. Can't tell you not to play Gunnar. Can't tell you. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I can't tell you to play all 4 of them. They're all elite. Any of the top 4, super elite.
Yeah, on FanDuel play 2 of them, but on DraftKings you got to pick one, and that kind of sometimes is the difference between cashing and not cashing. You pick the wrong spend up shortstop, and you're going home. Mentioned Donovan already.
Yep.
Let's see. Acuna has been really good. I wonder if they just keep playing him here.
I think so.
Get him at $3,300.
The stolen bases have been great too. Like, he is running every time he gets on first. He's going.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Holiday? Would you play Holiday against Bybee?
I'd rather him play him at second. Obviously, speaking of Hoppy, by the way, he just pinch hit here, so he is in fact in the game.
Okay, so he's obviously feeling good enough, so we should see him start.
Yeah,
I assume on Thursday.
Yep, I would agree with you. That's probably it here. I mean, Jorge Mateo, we know it's stolen base upside and stuff like that, but nothing crazy. Outfield. Judge Homer tonight, so you got that going for you.
And he gets to play in the ballpark he's get to play in.
Yep. We know Quan keeps hitting the ball really well. Said Mo. I really like St. Louis. I think I'm going to get killed by Griffin Canning again. I've stacked against him a few times this year. Hasn't worked out for me.
Yeah.
But I like Nootbaar a lot. at 4,600.
Dude, he is on base so much. 15 walks. I mean, he has been 42, 420 on base is elite.
Yeah. Got a little stolen base upside, some power.
Yeah. I mean, he's been good. Like the Griffin Canning stuff for the years past has been terrible with the lefties. Like he's been so bad. But we've talked about it a couple times. He's like spamming the slider more this year, and it's like he's obviously like limited damage pretty tremendously as you cough up a lung here, and hopefully
I thought I muted.
Hopefully both lungs still intact by the end of this program. But
a little bronchial issue they were
dealing with. But yeah, I mean, I we'll see how long that lasts, right? Because we've seen, honestly, like my favorite part of baseball season is like 2 months in, because we have like substantial amounts of data, right? For example, John, Griffin Canning this year has allowed an 0.53 ISO against lefties. It's really good, right? 0.53. It's good, right?
Yeah. I mean, anything is legit.
If you had to guess what Griffin Canning's expected ISO allowed to lefties is, what would you guess?
220?
227.
Hey.
It's a really good guess.
I'm generally good at that. Yeah.
That is not 0.53, John.
No,
that is it.
no.
So like that tells me like the discrepancy of those two, like it's the same pitcher, like spamming sliders or not, like that guy that has struggled against lefties has still struggled against lefties. Yeah. The expected ISO against his slider is 367. Try spamming that against a lefty laden Cardinals lineup here. I'm with you on the Nootbaar front, and I'm probably going down with the ship with you, brother, because I'm probably also going to be playing some cards here.
Yeah, we're going to see the return of the gas can here. Is what the hope is.
Oh, the gas can.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping for. You can play Ward. You can play the Angels again if you want. Obviously, Kumar Rocker's been very inconsistent and walks a lot of guys.
Yep.
Has some strikeout upside clearly, but hasn't looked all that great. If Jasson Dominguez can keep his contacts in, you get him at $4,400. Morale, we know, a lot of power. Nimmo's been good, $4,100.
Yep.
For him there.
Man, I know the Lorenzen split, but like if we're playing Detroit, Riley Green at 39 is really good price. I know he hasn't been great.
No, he's been terrible since the opening start. He had a good first week, and that's why one player in our home roto league was in first place for a little bit. But then he's been bad. So and therefore that team has been bad. I'm not going to play a lefty versus Lorenzen, and definitely not a lefty and Riley Green who's struggling. So
okay,
I'm good. I'm good on that one there. Same thing with Carpenter. Not going to touch that. Again, just a split there. Would you go Grisham at 39 against Bradley?
Yeah, if he's in the lineup, he's been. I mean, like another. What does the Trent Grisham Statcast page tell me, John? What should I know about the Trent Grisham Statcast page?
Honestly, I haven't ever thought to even type his name into Statcast before, so let's.
Yeah, because this is the first time in his history he's ever hit the baseball.
They probably don't even have a Statcast page for him. Like, wait, who? Who are you looking for?
The guy with no batting gloves?
Oh my God.
Is it all red?
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh my God.
The slowest bat speed possible, but squaring it up, 98 percentile, not chasing, not swinging and missing. This is huge. 86 percentile in the whiff percentage, not swinging and missing. So when he's swinging, he's making contact. And when he's making contact, 87 percentile hard hit, 81% barrel, 85% exit velo, 90% expected slugging, 404 expected WOBA.
No batting gloves. No batting gloves.
Dude. Mustache, no batting gloves. Throwing it back, you know?
Oh my God. Honestly, as a fan of the Yankees, I am watching Trent Grisham be like, it's an out-of-body experience right now because he's never been this player, even like in San Diego.
Really
but
nice.
I was not expecting to see that stack on his page. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting to see that.
You know, the one thing he's always been elite at is not
What?
chasing. All his
True.
Statcast page is just always very red in the chase percentage. So he knows his strike zone. This is just the first year that he's hitting the baseball.
It's true.
So good on him. Good on him. Torpedo bat, maybe.
No torpedo bat. No torpedo
Okay.
bat.
I do like Kerstad as a prospect player. So $3,300. You know, if you ever just figure that one out.
Yep.
I got Jordan Walker. Get Victor Scott up here as well. 35. Jordan Walker, the man with the 100 percentile bat speed. Jordan Walker. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep. The only
Only
thing
red is Jordan Walker is 100 percentile bat speed. Hardest, fastest swinging man in baseball. So you got that going for you. I don't know. Probably nothing else down here. Unless someone's starting that we're not talking about him.
Angel Martinez, 34.
Sure.
He's been good.
He's been good. What do you do tonight? Was he in the lineup?
I don't know. Let's see. They only scored 1 run, so I can't imagine they did. Martinez was 0 for 4. The only run they scored was on the Arias home run.
Mm-hmm. There you go. But yeah, sure. That's fine. All right, let's get a lineup going.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't really know where we're gonna go with this lineup, but let's get a lineup going. I think we wanted to go with the Cardinals. So Gorman, Donovan. How full stacking are we going here? We wanted
definitely
Torque.
Donovan. Definitely Torque.
Newt Bar.
Definitely Newt Bar. And then
did we want Donovan at short so we can play Gleiber at second, or do we want to just one off Torque here and not go too crazy?
Well, I guess it depends what we're going to do.
We can do Dingler here.
Because are we going to do Seager? Or are we going to do because if we're going to play Olsen, obviously we're not going to play Bobby. If we're going to play Bobby, we're not like we're not going to play Olsen.
I feel like I'm going to play Olsen because I think
I like Olsen. Yeah, I like Olsen.
And then
I mean, like just speaking honestly, Taj Bradley is the clear. I have the most strikeout upside on the slate. I also could just get shelled, but
I don't disagree with you. We could do like a young Seager stack here.
Yeah, I like that. Yep, and we still have endless amounts of money. Yeah,
we could probably get a value. I mean,
Misner or Grish. Oh no, we're playing Taj. Misner 39.
39. Would you rather Scott get another
Victor Scott? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah,
and then 49. We're close, but we're not close.
Taylor Ward. Just one off Taylor Ward.
Yeah, that's probably fine. One off. Where's Taylor Ward? There he is.
Or we 3-stack with Adolis and more correlation there.
Yeah.
Then we run the 3-3-2.
I'm good with it. $400 left over.
Yeah.
Get Olsen, Bradley, Dingler, Torkelson, Donovan, Young, Seager, Newpar, Scott, and Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Adolis just got a hit as we were talking about it. So there
you go.
2 for 4 for Adolis coming in hot for this example lineup here. Breaking news: Colorado first man on base
after like a 10 pitch at bat.
Yeah,
to start the game.
Yeah. So all right. Example lineups here. I believe Carlucci is on our playbook for this main slate. Again, if you're playing the early slate, get in that Discord. We'll have some information for you in there. We'll be back live, myself and Keith, at 5 p.m. Eastern time to break down this slate again with some lineups, news, and notes for all of you. Appreciate you tuning in. Grande, what's up?
My son's first official T-ball game. We're taking the field tomorrow.
I expect you to keep the scorecard, and we can see how things go.
Dude, I'll be during the stream. I'll be texting you live updates on how.
Need it. Get in the chat. Let us know how it's going. Hopefully, he doesn't strike out. Ball doesn't.
Whoa, dude!
I said hopefully not. We're cheering for him. We want O to hit some homers. So, all right. We'll catch you guys a little bit later on today. Good luck. Let us in the comment section. Who are you playing on this 5-game slate? We'll see you then.